So I thought the vlogs were getting a bit boring, just showing the same thing, swimming, cycling and running. So I thought I'd add some insight into nutrition and training in general, just to give more information so that the vlogs are not just entertaining but mostly informative. So one of the question or subject I wanted to talk about is where do you get your protein as a vegan athlete? And I've talked about it a little bit in my other YouTube video and other blog posts, but since it's a question every vegan athlete get asked almost every day, I guess I'll just answer the question one more time. So basically there's a belief that we need to eat tons of protein, and there's advertising for whey protein, protein bars, but actually we don't need to eat that much protein. And there's amino acids in pretty much every food we eat, and amino acids are the building blocks of the protein. So by eating tons of food with lots of amino acids like vegetables, grains, nuts and seeds, at the end of the day you're gonna get a full protein, and you're gonna get enough protein to thrive as a vegan athlete. So a lot of people don't know that in vegetables there are lots of amino acids. Like for example, broccoli is a great source of protein because it contains lots of amino acids. And before we thought that you had to combine the food to make a complete protein in the same meal. For example, you had to eat the rice with the beans at dinner to make a protein, or you had to have bread with peanut butter together. But actually it's not true. You can eat the rice for lunch and then the beans for dinner, and you're gonna be fine because you're gonna have all the amino acids in your body, and your body's gonna be able to combine them to make the protein. So I'm gonna share some of my favorite source of protein. For example, let's just start with soy milk. Before I used to drink more nut milk, but I feel like soy milk is a better option because you've got more protein in it. And a lot of people are afraid to eat soy, but there's no any issues with soy. So I eat soy milk. I'm also a big fan of tofu. For example, for tofu, for 40 calories you get 5 grams of protein. So that's for a small amount of calories you get tons of protein. So for example, this is soft tofu. So soft tofu is great if you want to make a smoothie, if you want to make chocolate pudding. That's also great. If I want to make Chinese tofu, so stir-fried tofu, I'm gonna buy the extra firm one. But if I want to make a dessert or a smoothie, I'm gonna use the soft one. Tempeh is also really delicious. This one is maple syrup bacon tempeh, so that's awesome. If you want to make scrambled tofu for breakfast, you add some tempeh, that's gonna be perfect. So you're gonna have eggs and bacon. So also for breakfast, the Ezekiel bread is great. So it's sprouted grains. So for one slice you get 3 grams of protein. So for example, this morning I had 3 slices, so that gives me 9 grams of protein. Plus I'm gonna add some almond butter, so that's about 15 grams total or even more. Also I'm a big fan of quinoa. It's a great mix of carbohydrates and protein. So for 1/4 cup of quinoa you get 6 grams of protein. And what I like about quinoa also is that it's super easy to digest. So if I have a big bowl of quinoa for lunch and I have a big training just after that, I'm gonna be able to perform well because I'm not have any problem digesting it. Also, beans are perfect food. So I'm a big fan of Mexican food, so black beans are perfect with black beans with rice or with sweet potato. So for example, for half a cup you've got 6 grams of proteins, and you can even make black beans brownie, and it's insane. So there's just so many options to do with beans and legumes. And one of my favorite sources of protein is hemp earth, because you can add it in smoothies, in cereals, in oatmeal, or pretty much everything. So for like 3 tablespoons, you get 10 grams of protein, and it's also a good source of omega-3. So that's it. There's like tons of source of plant-based protein, and I haven't talked about all the nuts and seeds. So there's really no issue to get enough protein as a vegan athlete. So that's it for today. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestion of subjects, just let me know.
One's nearer, vegan, now I see clearer. No meat, no cheese, no milk, no eggs. Don't believe me, ask